As we get ready for launching next month, we are in the last step of shipping the product. But I got some issues this weekend because the supplier, after I sent him the shipping plan, let me know that there are some dimension change. And the crazy thing is we have an agreement, we have a contract. And in the contract, the dimension he gave me were 37 by 37 by 30. Now he's gonna come after I create a shipping plan to say, oh, it's 39 by 38.5 by 30. And when I confront him about that, nicely using ChatGPT to create a language, that's nice. He wouldn't even acknowledge it. And he just replied back angrily too, like, hey, if I had to account for every modification we've done down here and charge you on that, we would have increased the cost of the product too. I'm just like, I'm just gonna let it slide. I want the product going to the warehouse fast enough. But that level of unprofessional is not gonna be tolerated. I don't think we're going to stick with him for the long run. It was a quick problem to solve. I just created a task and sent to the VA because with my new techniques now that I'm a better delegator. Like when I delegate something, I delegate with the list, and using ChatGPT to do that is so much better because it keeps track of all the conversation, and it created me a nice plan, nice message to the VA to delete all the plans that I created over the weekend and create new ones. So it was a quick things to solve one day problem. But that's what business is. I've been going hard for the past 5 years. I've worked with any type of suppliers, even any type of people. It's not an easy road. I will never say it's easy. Uh, there's a big learning curve, and I can understand why a lot of people are frustrated when they start this business. Because, if you don't have temperaments, if you don't know how to negotiate, how to deal with people, you can easily break down. And the funny thing is, when you tell people that you're doing e-commerce, they say, oh, yeah, you're just that engineer who likes to be behind computers and ship products. You don't understand? So there's a whole logistics going in the background, like, and you by yourself, you're an entrepreneur. There is a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know and don't understand. So my role here is to just document my journey, and if it can help anyone to understand the highs and lows, because when you're successful, when your products are making six figures, people don't see all that, and sometimes you forget. Like I said before, I wish I had documented the very first time I launched my product. I wish I had used YouTube as my documentation. I got some papers, some notes that I wrote, but it's not the same because sometimes you cannot translate the feelings, the highs, the lows, the joy, the tricks. Like I remember after a while, before Christmas, before Friday, Black Friday, I didn't know how I was going to move my inventory back in 2020. Sitting home, I just started playing with it. I created some campaign. We watched the course that I was taking at the time. After those little turn and twists, literally overnight, I started selling tens of units. And some days, I think my highest day was like 94 units. So those kind of things, right, where you need to be involved, and you need to be alert and aware of what time it is, because when it's time to sell and make money, you gotta go hard. And like right now, after we launch this and we test the market, if it's a good one, yeah, we gotta be thinking about Q4. Q4 is around the corner. So when people look at the holidays and waiting for Black Friday, we the sellers are worrying about it right now, because you have July. Before you know it, summer is over. It's Labor Day, and then September, a bunch of seasonal sellers are coming, and a lot of shipment, get stuck at sea because it's hard to move them around. So having a connection with a good freight forwarder is a plus. So I'm happy. I'm lucky that I built those relationships, and I don't need to worry about that part anymore. But still, the price goes up. Like on a regular day, you can get shipment for $1 per pound. Around that time, it goes up. Sometimes like $2, $3. So that's why during the holidays, sometimes prices are higher. But at least you get your money back. That's the most important. Make some profit. It's a good season. All I'm talking about right now is just how we plan for Q4 and how to navigate the issues with suppliers, freight forwarders, and everyday struggle working with the VA, collaborating, looking for new opportunities. That's life. Well, that's our message for today, and watch the next video to keep following the next steps.